On November 20th, 2022, the Shincheonji 100 graduation ceremony was held at Daegu Stadium. Watching the event, I had a question. It's an amazing ceremony for Shincheonji members, right? But why are there only graduates and no family, friends, or Shincheonji church members to congratulate them? Even if you graduate from high school or college, there are far more congratulatory guests at graduation ceremonies than graduates in gowns. Strangely, however, the only attendees at Shincheonji graduation ceremonies are always graduates. Even at the 100,000 graduation ceremony in 2022, all 80,000 people who filled the Daegu Stadium were dressed as graduates. An unprecedented historical event is taking place in Shincheonji. And if the graduates of the stadium are all new members, where are the rest of the members to celebrate? Cheonji Daily, who knew my question, gave this answer. On that day, for safety reasons, the number of participants in the graduation ceremony was limited to 80,000 in Korea, and over 300,000 people participated in the graduation ceremony both online and offline through real-time live streaming on YouTube and transmission to the world in 9 languages. At the site, the images of graduates attending online were relayed through the electric display board. In other words, except for the graduates who actually attended, the rest of the members had attended by watching the live broadcast. If Shincheonji's claim is correct, it makes sense. As the Cheonji Daily reported, the Daegu Stadium couldn't accommodate all 300,000 people. On that day, about 80,000 people were at Daegu Stadium wearing graduation gowns, and about 20,000 people watched the event without wearing graduation gowns at the Daegu Auxiliary Stadium. A total of 100,000 people gathered at the two stadiums. As Cheonji Daily claims, if 300,000 people around the world attended the graduation ceremony, both online and offline, there would be about 200,000 real-time viewers online. Is this true? To check if this claim was true, I first had to check what language the Shincheonji graduation ceremony was being broadcast in. The announcer who held the graduation ceremony said that it would be broadcast live in 9 languages in real time. This event is being broadcast live by 250 media agencies and 300 journalists from all around the world, and is being translated in 9 languages including English, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, French, Spanish, German, and Vietnamese. Combining the words of the Cheonji Daily article and the announcer, it can be said that the Shincheonji graduation ceremony was being broadcast live in 9 languages. And as confirmed earlier, the number of real-time viewers of the live video should have been around 200,000. Was it really so? About 2 hours after the ceremony began, I checked one by one how many real-time viewers were watching the graduation ceremony videos being broadcast in each language. First of all, there were 39,000 Korean viewers, and there were 758 viewers in English, 1435 in Chinese, 40 in Japanese, 147 in Spanish, 74 in Russian, and 13 in German. Of the 9 languages, there were 2 languages that couldn't be confirmed. It was a French and Vietnamese video. For French, there was no real-time viewer because the live French video didn't exist at all. And the Vietnamese video couldn't be confirmed due to my mistake at that time. Instead, I took the total number of viewers recorded in Vietnamese video 2 days after the graduation ceremony, which was 1,000. This adds up to a total of 42,267 worldwide online live viewers instead of 200,000. Adding 100,000 attendees at the stadium to this, the total number of attendees for online and offline graduation ceremonies worldwide was 142,267. It was a very different number from the 300,000 that Shincheonji claimed. The 100,000 graduation ceremony is the most thrilling event for Shincheonji members. because it is an unprecedented event that has never happened before in this world. Therefore, of course, Shincheonji members all over the world must attend this graduation ceremony. But why was there only 142,267 live viewers? Why did Shincheonji say 300,000 people? Could it be that all Shincheonji members overseas were not included in the number of viewers because they all gathered together and watched it, not each on their cell phones? During the graduation ceremony, I drove for about 30 minutes to LA Shincheonji. I wondered if all the LA graduates were attending the ceremony live. It was around 9 p.m. on a Saturday night in the western United States when I arrived at the LA Shincheonji Church in Anaheim. It was around 2 p.m. in Korean time, and at that time, videos of overseas graduates were being introduced at the graduation ceremony. It was probably the most thrilling moment for overseas graduates. However, the LA Shincheonji where I arrived was dark. There were no cars parked on the road in front of the church, and there were only 2 or 3 cars in the parking lot. Looking closely, I saw 2-3 members preparing something in front of the entrance. Perhaps the parked cars belonged to them. At that moment, I was able to guess that most of the foreign videos being used at the 2022 Shincheonji graduation ceremony were likely filmed in advance and sent to headquarters, just like the 2019 graduation ceremony. Later, when I looked closely at the video, it was supposed to be nighttime in the US, but at the graduation ceremony in San Francisco, bright sunlight was coming in through the door to the right of the graduates. Also, the graduation ceremony in India was prepared in advance on November 10th, not November 20th, the day of the graduation ceremony. I also received a report that the Atlanta Shincheonji, Chicago Shincheonji, and New Zealand Shincheonji gathered in advance to film the video. However, while Man-hee was preaching, foreign videos were played at the graduation ceremony as if they were real-time videos. Since I'm in the US, I double-checked the number of viewers for the live broadcast of the English graduation ceremony. The English graduation ceremony had 758 live viewers. This was a really odd number. As of the end of 2019, the number of Shincheonji members in the US announced by Shincheonji is 4,264, and the number of graduates in the US in 2022 is 5,102. So if you add these two, the total is 9,366. At least these numbers don't include the number of graduates in 2020 and 2021. Besides, the United States is not the only English-speaking country. Considering the number of members in English-speaking countries around the world, such as England, Australia, New Zealand, India, the Philippines, Africa, etc., tens of thousands of members must have watched the graduation ceremony as real-time viewers. The videos were filmed and sent in advance, so on the day of the graduation ceremony, they must have wanted to share the most emotional and historic moment while checking out their images in the video. However, there were only 758 real-time viewers in the English-speaking world. Now it is the turn of Shincheonji members to explain the secret of 142,267. It wasn't 300,000. Have you ever thought that there are only about 140,000 active Shincheonji members? Actually, this is not an absurd assumption. This is because Shincheonji's internal data, recently leaked, supports this assumption with facts. On October 3rd, 2022, the Shincheonji Blue Sky 2 YouTube channel obtained information from Shincheonji's internal data and released it. This data was written as of August 29th, 2022, and counted the number of registered members after Shincheonji instructed its followers to register their job. At this time, if members had a job, they had to enter their job, and if they didn't have a job, they had to register as not having a job. In this way, a total of 134,405 members were registered. This number is the number of people who received and followed instructions from headquarters. That is the number of active members. If you look at this material, There were 211,538 members on August 29, 2022. Of these, 77,000 didn't comply with the General Assembly's directive to register their occupations. That is, the number of inactive members. Coincidentally, the number of 134,405 members who registered their jobs in this data is very similar to the number of real-time viewers of the 2022 100,000 graduation ceremony. I calculated 142,267. From these numbers, I guess that Shincheonji has about 210,000 members in Korea and about 140,000 active members worldwide. Whether this assumption is true or not, you will have to check for yourself. How can you check this? You can ask the General Secretary, who is the representative of the National Administrative Secretary, who first came out and took the oath at this graduation ceremony. The commitment of the administrative secretaries at the graduation ceremony was very impressive. The General Secretary of General Assembly Headquarters first spearheaded the 3 missions of administrative secretaries given by the chairman, and the other administrative secretaries shouted along with her. First, responsibility. Second, truth. Third, confirmation. The secretaries know the secret of real-time viewers. The reason you don't know the secret is because you don't check it like the secretaries. And the reason why the secretaries don't say exactly even though they know the numbers is because they've confirmed it, but they've lost the responsibility and truth.